Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm about to read you a program called A Star is Born on the 31st of July, and that's you listening to me. It's a very powerful day with so much futuristicness in you, the ability to look into the future, and you should be in the business of information technology because you'll fit into that wonderfully well. You'll have that IT about everything and you'll be able to bring about opportunities for yourself, job wise or in business. You have a wonderful character in the sense that your impulsiveness can make you sometime say things and do things which will astound people. Because as I said, you have the brain which is directed towards the futuristic part of the world. But you can be very rebellious and you will not want to obey rules and regulations and you can be a conformist, a non-conformist, and that is because you just don't like the rules and regulations at all. So try to conform to rules and regulations rather than go against them. Otherwise, you will always be seen as a troublemaker of some kind. Your compatibility is going to be very difficult with people because you are a loner and you do everything and plan everything for yourself. But you can't go through that your life all the time. So learn to have partnerships, whether personal in terms of romance and improve the marriage partnership as well, or have partnerships where you work or where you do business. Your romance and marriage area should come later than earlier. And I will say that only when you enter the age of 27 and 28 and 29 that there's a formation of being comfortable to be more comfortable in romance and to plan marriage as well. Your many talents you have. You could be a lawyer and be a very different type of lawyer. You could be an astrologer and be very unique in your own way. You could be a gardener and you could also do wonderful things which others don't plan about landscaping. You could be an interior decorator. You could be just about anything. You could be a wonderful promoter of businesses for yourself or for other people because you'll come up with ideas so different that you'll make whoever you are helping to do something, you'll make them very successful in a very different way. So everything you do is very different about you. And these talents you have, they can include just about anything. A professional, as an architect, you'll come up with the strangest looking buildings, which will be so futuristic in their own way. And even if you are a scientist, you'll be very much at home because science has all these areas of what we are discovering any day. And that's how you are the person to make discoveries of all kind. You could be an adventurer who will, for the strangest reason, go to the strangest places because that's the type of person that you are. That's why marriage later is better for you. I'm going to give you some positive ages in your life, which I talk of milestones. So these positive ages, if you happen to be the ages of, or as you go through life, when you come across these ages of age of 10, 19, 28, 37, 46, 55, 64, 73, 82, or 91 years old. These are milestones. As you approach these ages, life will become easier and better. And as you enter these ages, you are going to find success of all kinds. So these are called milestones which are positive for you. I'm going to give you another set of milestones which may also help you a great deal. And if you happen to be the ages of, or look forward to these ages, look forward to the ages of 12, 21, 30, 39, 48, 57, 66, 75, 84, or even the age of 93 will produce things for you. So these are the some of the milestones which I've just given you as samples. I'm going to give you a list of milestones which are going to be very problematic for you. Be careful the age of 4, 13, 22, 31, 40, 49, 58, 67, 76, 85, or 94. As you come closer to these ages, be careful that things are going to go more and more worse for you. And you'll have to be very alert as things go very wrong. And when you are entering already into these ages, the worst can happen. Job, business, finances, losses, or difficulties in romance and marriage to the breakup point, and accidents as well, and also health problems troubling you. So these are samples of ages. So when you see me for a 90-minute session, which will just cost you USD $50, then I will have your date of birth and time of birth. Then I'll be able to see your palms and be much more accurate with everything. Right now, all I know is the 31st of July, and I can tell you all that. Imagine how more I can tell you when I have your date of birth, time of birth, and most of all, read your palms. Did you know that yesterday 350,000 babies were born? Can they all have the same passage in life just because they're born on the same day? No, they can't. Because each and every one of them will have a different soul and they will have different palms. So you have this, born on the 31st of July, a very different person. You could swing to the worst or you could swing to the best. It's all up to you to know. All these energies, your lucky colors, lucky gemstones, lucky days, lucky directions, on, these energies, when accumulated, they can bring very good news. If you use these energies in the wrong way, because you have not met me and you don't understand what gemstones, what colors, what directions you should face and all this, then you just head for disaster. So this 90-minute session would be very, very good for you. I want to quickly mention about your health. You are a person who doctors may not easily find out where the health problems are. But I do worry for you. Your backbone is going to have trouble in two areas, your neck area and your lower spine area. Your lungs can weaken very fast, so I hope you never take up smoking cigarettes or cigars. And don't put ice in your drinks either. And if you're a lady listening to me, the problems of the ovaries can also trouble you. And if you're a man listening to me, then you must blood test your prostate gland once a year. I can't tell you very much more right now about your health because all I know is 31st of July. But if I had your full date of birth, time of birth, and looked at your palms, I would give you a whole list of areas which you can use as early detection and show this list to doctors. And they will know how to check you even before you need to complain about these ideas. So there you are. I want to talk to you a bit more about compatibility. You have a very different, difficult, and different person in many, many ways compared to the normal person. You can sometimes be absurd, which means say and do things which people don't even understand what you're talking about. And sometimes your character may just swing to the wrong things to do. And so many will say that you're a problem kid, even a child. And growing up in school, you won't like the way things are done because you are a person who has very fast planets. You learn very quickly. And if the other pupils can't keep up and the teacher has to go slow, then you get very bored. But you have to control this by trying to pace yourself, not to be too fast all the time. Because during bad ages and bad calendar years, what you do too quickly will produce everything going very wrong. And I want to speak to you a bit more about your personality. You will always be different. The clothes you will wear and the way you will dress up. Many will think that you are out of this world, but you could be a dress designer, for example, and you would be able to see the futuristic side of your dress designing for men or for women. And you'll come up with designs which are very, very unusual. So everything about you is very unusual because you're born on the 31st of July, that's why. Some of these negative planets are moving very fast, so be careful your earlier ages. You can get accidents very, very easily. And as I said, never have partnership like marriage too early. You will regret them a great, great deal. Well, I look forward to one day having you to get doing a 90-minute session. And I will show you based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and most importantly, reading your palms, how to get that wonderful energy to be somebody very special and to able to get it right. That's the most important thing for you. You are always very special in different ways, but to get it right is something else. And I'll show you how to get that done. It would be good for me one day to also be able to tell you all about the unusualness of you, whether physically, whether mentally, whether emotionally, so that you can understand yourself much, much better. In the meantime, here's my email. If you'd like to do a 90-minute session with me, which will just cost you USD $50, and you will spend 90 minutes with me, and this will be based on your date of birth, time of birth, and looking at your palms. And we'll get down to a seriousness of your next 9 years to tell you exactly where you are heading. And you'll be able to then follow my advice age by age, calendar year by calendar year, to know exactly where to move forward, where to retreat, when to lie low, or when to become daring in whatever you want to do. In the meantime, I wish you a good life. It's people like you who can change things in the world, and you come up with ideas which are so futuristic. All you need to do is have more research, and you'll be more in control. Well, I look forward one day to help you. In the meantime, have a good life. Thank you. Goodbye.